about 3 weeks ago, I started a new parenting class with Mrs. Dina Friedman. It's the Chanoch L'Na'ar parenting class. And I have to tell you, just already, I have been just totally blown away by Dina Friedman. I think that she is a total genius. And I think that, and I'm certain that you're going to be hearing a lot about her and her techniques and her approach over the course of this year, because it's almost a year-long class. So I want to tell you about the most amazing thing that I've learned. I've learned quite a few already amazing things from her, and I want to tell you about the most amazing thing that I've learned so far, which was last week. She was asking the question, which is the question that all of us Imas have, which is, why do our children misbehave? So she explains that in general, when a child misbehaves, it's a way of expressing a need. So it could be like a physical need, like let's say your child is hungry, your child's tired, you got to get them to bed, that's why they're misbehaving, okay? But there's another basic reason, another basic need that misbehaving expresses, and this was a new one for me, it had never occurred to me, even though it's quite obvious, is that your child is feeling insecure, okay? So it could be that your child is going through, that your family's going through like a big change. Let's say like you just moved, or like you just had a new baby, or let's say that your child now has like a new teacher in school, or let's say that just in your home environment, like your home's just a bit like sort of like a free-flowing, sort of like not so structured kind of place. So it might be that your child's feeling insecure, and that misbehaving is their way of expressing that feeling of insecurity, okay? So what do you do? What do you do? Your child's misbehaving, your child maybe is feeling insecure, so what do you do? So Dina suggests a few approaches to help with this. The first thing is, she says it's important that within the house that the child will have like a feeling of security, like in the house. Like the child knows, at the table I sit here, and this is the place where I hang my school bag, and this is the closet where I put my clothing, so that the child feels physical security within the four walls of the house. The next thing is that it's important for a child like this who's feeling insecure and misbehaving to have a sense of security within a schedule, to have like a real schedule. The child wakes up at this time, the child eats lunch at this time, the child goes to sleep at this time. It can give a child a feeling of security. Now, the next idea is really, really what I want to focus on, because this really, I've been trying it this week, and it is unbelievable. It's really, really had, I feel like, really, really a big effect on my kids already. It's that she recommends, in order to give your children a feeling of security and secure in your love as a parent for them, to give them massages. Okay? So what she suggests is that you give your children a very, very simple massage. What she says is you go down on the massage. I hope you can see my hands. Go down on their arms twice like this, and then twice on their back, and then again twice on their arms, and then twice on their back. And the whole time then you're saying very sort of comforting things to them, which express your love for them. For example, I love you, Ima loves you, you're such a sweetie, Ima loves you so much. Okay? So I just want to tell you, so I told you in last week's Peptalk about my little boyish boy, my rambunctious 3-year-old, and I've already been finding, like I do this, the first time I did it, then my little Yoel, he said, oh, that feels really nice, and I can already see like it's really, really having a real impact on him, he's misbehaving much less. I can just see like he's really, like this whole thing of like, really saying, I say, I love you, Yoel, Yoel is so cute, I love you all so much. It's really, really having a tremendous impact on him. I really, really feel like it's working. I'd never even heard of massage before, or done it before, or thought of this, but I really feel like it's making him feel more secure and more calm, and it's really had a dramatic effect. So I really recommend it. And even for my older children who aren't misbehaving, I've been doing it also. I told all my older kids, I said, Ima's doing a new class, and it's a class to teach your Ima how to be a better Ima. And so now I say, who wants a massage? And all my older girls, like even my 12-year-old, my 10-year-old, my 8-year-old, they line up, and I give them a massage, and I say, Ima loves you, Ima loves Hallel, and Ima loves Hadath, and Ima loves Mayan, and they love it. They really, really love it. Dina, she told us an amazing story this week. Actually, I guess like a bit of a sad story this week. That there was a teacher, and he was the teacher of 30 little boys. And in the class, he asked the boys, he said, who here has an imam who loves them? Right? And so I think the teacher assumed, like, everyone's going to raise their hand. But how many boys in the class raised their hand out of a class of 30? Only 2 boys raised their hand to say, my imam loves me. Okay? So one of the mothers who heard, she heard that her boy was one of the majority of boys who didn't raise his hand. So she laughed and said, what happened? Don't you know your imam loves you? And the boy sort of got all sort of pensive and thoughtful, and he said, well, when he asked if my imam loves me, I wasn't sure. That's sad. Because I think, as imams, it's so true. We feel like we spend our whole lives expressing our love for our children, right? We spend our whole lives, cooking for them and cleaning for them and running around and registering them for the best nursery school and getting them the best clothing and, being patient with them and taking them to the playground, doing so many zillions of things and dedicating our lives to expressing our love for them. But Dina Friedman, she explains, how important it is to express that love and to actually say it. And so she just explains one of the most effective ways to do that is through a massage. They're doing it also because they absorb the message of love also into their bodies, So doing it again. Ima loves you, Ima loves you, Ima loves you, Ima loves you. So I want to bless all of us that we should really, as mothers, that we should learn how to express our love to our children. So they should feel So our children should feel so secure in our love for them, that they should feel so secure, and that with that security, that our children should really, really be able to thrive. I want to bless all of you with an amazing, amazing week.